Welcome to Breathe, Love, Parent, the Shine On podcast. I'm your host, Rach, yoga teacher, natural mama, and passionate guide in all things nervous system and connection. This is your space for honest conversations, emotional wellbeing tools, and mindful parenting insights. Whether you're in the thick of meltdowns or seeking a moment of calm, you belong here. Let's take a breath together and begin. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Breathe, Laugh, Parent, the Shine On podcast. I'm your host, Rachel, founder of Shine On and Shine On Natural. I'm a yoga teacher, a self-care coach, natural product creator, and most importantly, I'm a mum of 2 girls under 2.5. So I know exactly what it means to be deep in the season of parenting where everything feels both messy and magical. This season of the podcast is all about joyful parenting. It's here to complement my 8-week online journey, the Joyful Parenting Project. And it's for you if you're a parent who's ready to rise, realign, and rediscover your joy. Now, if you've been with me since the beginning, you will notice that the podcast has had a little glow up. What started as Raw with Rach has now evolved into Breathe, Laugh, Parent, the Shine On podcast. Why the change? Well, just like us as parents, this space is evolving. I wanted the podcast name to reflect the heart of my work, a blend of self-care, mindfulness, connection, and joy, all grounded in the mission of Shine On. Breathe, Laugh, Parent captures the essence of what this podcast is all about. Breath as the anchor to our nervous system and presence, laughter as medicine, joy, and connection. And let's be honest, if you don't laugh sometimes in parenting, you cry. And parenting as a journey of growth, love, and deep self-discovery. So by aligning the podcast with Shine On, it becomes an extension of everything I share across my offerings. So from yoga and mindfulness to essential oils, natural living, and soul-nourishing support for parents and their children. And as the Joyful Parenting Project takes flight, which I'm about to talk to you about, and I'm so excited to share with you, it felt like the perfect time to realign. So welcome and welcome back, and thank you for joining me in this new chapter. So let's breathe, laugh, and parent together. And also, if you're not a parent, please keep listening because there will be this is going to be loaded with tips and soul conversations that will hopefully light you up and bring a smile to your face and help you find your joy, no matter what stage of life you're in. So I'm really excited to share the upcoming program or container that I have called the Joyful Parenting Project. So I wanted to share why the Joyful Parenting Project and why now. So since becoming a mum, I've made it my mission to not just survive motherhood, but to grow through it. I've been in the trenches too. I've been overwhelmed, overstimulated, wondering if I'm doing any of it right, wondering if I'm enough, all the things, right? But I've also learned to stop waiting for the perfect moment to feel good. I've worked hard to create daily routines and rituals, expanding my nervous system tools and gentle mindset shifts that allow me to show up with more presence, more ease, and more joy, even on the chaotic days. Now, this is not to say that I've got it all figured out. There are still times that are not that easeful. So if you're listening, you're thinking, oh gosh, here we go. Another, someone else to make me feel bad. Please don't. Please stick around because the down to earth, it's still raw with Rach. Yeah, stick around. I'm sure you'll still enjoy it. So I've spent the last, over 13 years supporting families through social, emotional education, mindfulness, yoga. I was a teacher both internationally and within the Australian system. And I've been a wellbeing coach for several years too. But motherhood cracked me open in completely and unexpected new ways. It's deepened my understanding of what parents truly need. And it's not just another routine or a reward chart. We need community. We need the village. We need our tribe. We need tools we need to feel seen and supported. And above all else, we need permission to feel good again. So, one thing that I want to talk to you about is the power of emotional contagion. So, many of the parents I speak to are stuck in the funk. They're going through the motions, feeling disconnected either from themselves, from their partners, or even their little ones. And sometimes we feel a little lost. And I get it because I've been there. But we also know that emotions are contagious. Our energy becomes the blueprint for our homes. So when we feel good, our children feel it. When we're regulated, calm, and grounded, our kids feel safer and more connected. So reclaiming joy isn't just about us, it's about creating a family environment where everyone can thrive. So, my joyful motherhood journey. So, since my first birth, and especially through healing after a near death experience with my second birth, which I'm sure I'll get to at some point, I've been learning everything I can about becoming the flowing mother. The kind of mum who honors her needs, who makes space for joy, who can pivot with grace and respond rather than react. Now, I just want you to take a moment here and reflect on your own experience as thinking about the women in your world. And this doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a mother yourself or a father. I want you to think about the women in your life. Now, how have they shown up in terms of spaciousness? How have they shown up in taking care of themselves and putting themselves first? Now, from my experience, I can't think of anyone when I was growing up who did that, or if there was someone, it wasn't perceived as a positive thing. And I'm here to shake that up, really shake that up for my lineage and my family, because I understand that by breaking that cycle and making this shift and making the change, it gives my girls permission to do the same. I if I fast forward into the future, what I don't want to see is I don't want to go to my daughter's home when she's a mother and she's constantly doing and burnt out and being a martyr and angry and having resentment. I want to walk into her home and I want to see her enjoying the moments that she can of motherhood, of being a woman. I want to see her having permission to rest and take it slow and step into the feminine way. And so when I think about that, I also want that for myself, right? I want it for everyone. But in order for those things to happen for my children, and this is obviously if they choose to, I need to embody that and I need to start modeling that now. So, throughout this year, particularly, I've studied the science of well-being for parents through Yale University. So, I've recently just finished a certification in that. And it was loaded with lots of current data, which was mind blowing and scary. And I'm always reading, I'm always learning, and I'm always integrating what I learn into both my parenting and my work. So I bring together the ancient wisdom of yoga, the science of the nervous system, modern mindset tools, and intuitive self care practices to support parents or people like you because I believe we are not meant to parent from depletion. So, in this season of Breathe Love Parent, the Shine On podcast, you'll hear honest conversations with other parents in our community. They're not perfect because none of us are perfect. The perfect person, the perfect mother, the perfect parent does not exist. So, let me shatter that myth for you. They're real. And these people are figuring it out with curiosity and courage, just like you. You'll hear how they incorporate joy into their daily lives, how they breathe through big feelings, how they stay grounded and present, and how they've learned to unapologetically show up for themselves and their families. You also hear solo episodes from me. I know, it's going to be weird. And also, can I just have a little side note here? This is my first solo episode and I'm excited. I'm bit nervous, I guess, and it is a bit weird, like sitting here essentially talking to myself. So I hope someone listens. If not, this is, cathartic for myself, gathering my thoughts. But yes, so little episodes from me with little pep talks and practical tools for your journey. So if you're popping me in your earbuds, I want it to be worth your time because time is precious. It's our most precious and finite resource. So if you're listening, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'm so grateful. And we'll talk about micro moments of joy. Now, this is a big one. There's going to be a whole episode on this. Micro moments of joy, micro moments of self-care. I am all about the micro. Side note, so much so, I was in Kathmandu yesterday and I bought some new pants and I said, "Oh, the micro pants." And they're like, "No, they're Miro." I was like, "Oh, sorry." Anyway, it's on the brain. We'll talk about nervous system regulation. We'll talk about identity after motherhood. Who are you? What does that mean? What does that look like? We're going to talk about breath work, emotional expression, boundaries, and so much more. But also, if there is something you want to hear, please let me know. Drop a comment in the show, drop a comment wherever you're listening, send me an email, comment on my social media posts, whatever it is. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know what you want to listen to, what you want to invest your time in. And same goes if there's someone you want me to bring in, let me know. I'm here to serve. So what I want for you. So I want this podcast to be a place where you exhale, where you remember that joy is your birthright, where you're reminded that you matter in the parenting equation and that feeling good is not a luxury, it's the foundation. You don't have to wait until the kids are older. You don't have to wait until life gets easier. You can create joy now in the small moments, in the breath, in the laughter, in the permission to just be you. So let's begin together. So if your soul is calling for more ease, more alignment, and more joy in your parenting, then you are in the right place, my friend. So subscribe, follow along, and let's take this journey together. And if you want to go deeper, I invite you to explore the Joyful Parenting Project. It's open now, and it's the most beautiful way to walk this journey with support and structure. So the start of this year, for the first 4 to 5 months of this year, I was also part of a container where I went really deep into a lot of the stuff that I will be sharing with you. And as a woman, as a mother, we give so much. We're constantly thinking of everyone else, anticipating the next need. And so frequently, we are not being held ourselves. And one of the most valuable things I found as a mother, being in a container, was being held and knowing that one night a week I could show up, I could express what was happening for me in my life, how the different areas of the work was landing for me, and just knowing that I was going to be held with love and support. And it just felt so nourishing and nurturing, and I want to give that back. And so that's what this container will be. We will look at, in the container, we'll cover fun, the importance of play, time management for connection, play ideas and rituals, how to process and feel emotions and triggers, and self-care. So the specifics of the program will be guided by the families within the group, as it is a practical and immersive program to support you and your family's circumstances. I genuinely believe there is not just one way to parent. It's not just a copy and paste, rinse and repeat program. There will be value in it for you because it's tailored to you and your family. So if you have teens or babies or kids in primary school, I'm going to work with your children. So yeah, when I say it's tailored, it is tailored. So whilst I can give an overview of the weekly flow, and these are the topics that I've been working on, It's going to be what the families bring. So this first round is intimate and limited to just 6 families. And this is because you deserve energy and time. And I can give 6 families that energy and time. Now, in terms of 6 families, it can be both parents or whoever's at home with the children. It's for the parents to do and then apply to their family situation. So it'll be in the evenings. I'm thinking 7:45, 8 o'clock, when hopefully children are in bed, or at least you have the space to jump online. It's currently weekly, and it's really I'm looking for people who want to feel more present and joyful in your parenting, who are craving calm amidst the chaos, who want tools to support you and your child's emotional regulation, and for those people who long moments of meaningful connection and play, or for those people who need permission and structure to prioritize your own well-being. So I'm going to be there keeping you accountable. So whether you're new to mindfulness or a seasoned self-care lover, this container will meet you exactly where you are. So with all that in mind, please get in touch. I'll share in the show notes some, the information on the Joyful Parenting Project. Please reach out if you have any questions. And my intention is for you to feel and embody that parenting isn't meant to feel like you're in constant survival mode. It can feel joyful, light, and connected. If you're feeling called to learn new tools, have someone hold you as a parent. You're already holding so much, so please let me hold you. Develop your skills and bring more joy, flow, and fun into your family, then this is for you. And let me show you how. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And this is Breathe, Laugh, Parent, the Shine On podcast. And you can listen to us on Spotify. You can watch our interview style podcast episodes on YouTube. And let's begin. The season. We're at the end of the episode now. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have any questions, please fire away. But until I see you next time, keep calm and keep shining, everyone. Bye. Thank you for joining me on Breathe, Laugh, Parent. If this episode brought you a moment of calm or connection, please share it with a fellow mama. Subscribe on your favourite platform or visit shineom.com.au/podcast for more. Until next time, keep breathing, laughing, and parenting with heart. The information shared on Breathe, Laugh, Parent, the Shine On podcast is for general educational and inspirational purposes only. It is not medical, therapeutic, or professional advice and should not be relied on as such. Always consult a qualified health or parenting professional for support tailored to your individual needs. Shine On and its guests disclaim any liability for decisions made based on this content.